friend Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. The one I'm about to babble about today is one that I actually discovered 22 years ago. I'm talking about AFI, who were known as A Fire Inside. It took me a while to figure out what that was about. When I first learned about this band, I needed to know what that meant, so I figured it out, obviously. But anyway, I came to know this band like way back when they had an album called Sing the Sorrow. It was all over, whatever channel I was watching at the time. I just remember the videos being out for this one's probably YouTube or something. But watching whatever videos those were all the time, like the Leaving song, Silver and Cold, Girls Not Grey, those are amazing songs. I love them. I remember watching a live concert on there and just thinking this band is like amazing. And I really got into them. I listened to that album over and over and over and over and over, and really dug into their past catalog. And then I remember when they came out with the next album after that, it was nothing like that at all. Their earlier stuff was more punk. They've actually changed their styles quite a few times. Like their earlier stuff was more, I would say punk, but not quite. It's kind of more of that feel though. And then they went more like electronica type stuff after that, and they've just kind of been steering down that road a lot. So I wasn't really sure what to expect with this one. Danny Havoc and Jade there have a side band called Black Audio, and this album definitely leans more like that way than it does the earlier AFI stuff, although it does have a few different things here and there. I'm not going to run down every single song like I tend to do sometimes, but this one was a really short album too. I think it was just over half an hour long, which was fine because towards the end of it I was actually getting kind of tired of it. I hate to say that, but I kind of was. But this album started out really strong though. The first song, Birds of Prey, started out more interesting. It had a kind of acoustic guitar thing going on, and it sounded more original than anything I've really heard them do in a while. It sounded like they were actually trying some stuff and trying to be more interesting with the songwriting, and that song was actually really good. From that point on, it kind of goes a little bit more electronic. I was getting vibes like quite a bit through this whole album of like a lot of 80s bands you would have seen on 120 Minutes, like Echo and the Bunnymen, like Sisters of Mercy. I definitely got a strong feeling of like the Cult for quite a few songs. There's a lot of that guitar stuff going on along with that sound. Like they're going for a lot of those 80s sounds, and there's a lot of that happening. And I definitely got that feeling a few times. And there's one song on here I could have swore was an identical, I think it was called, oh gosh, which one was that? There was that, I think it was actually No One Underground is the one I'm thinking of, possibly, but I don't remember anyway. It sounded just like The Cure to me. There was a lot of that going on in this album. So, it's kind of funny how bands change like that. They want to like experiment, and I get doing that, and that's what this band did. There's actually some cool other stuff going on in here, so I don't want to just like narrow it down to that type of stuff. There's some cool operatic like backing vocals and stuff on Holy Visions, and Ash Speck and A Green Eye have that cool stuff going on. And Danny's voice is very unique. I don't think there's anybody else out there that really sounds like him. When he's doing the more harsher, louder vocals, he kind of loses that uniqueness, which, on some of the heavier songs that they've done in the past, that's happened. It's a lot more just singing on this album. So, I enjoyed that aspect of it. And the songs are actually pretty good. There's quite a few. That's the first, like most of the album, like the Birds of Prey, Behind the Clock was actually quite unique. Like I mentioned, Holy Visions. Blasphemy in Excess also had like a really good, catchy chorus to it. I actually really enjoyed that one. I'm trying to remember which one it was. As we know, it's his first listen, so like his first impressions. I can't remember now if it was Spirit of Truth or Ash Speck and A Green Eye, but one of those also had the acoustic guitar thing going on in it. Again, which I know when I heard that again, I'm like, okay, it's cool that they actually came back to something that they've already done on here, used it in a little bit different way. And that one, then when they did that again, it's kind of ties the album back together a little bit. But the more and more I listened to it, the more and more I was hearing a lot of Cult, like not like like before Electric, like the early stuff, even more like Southern Death Cult type stuff, where and early stuff, off the Love album and whatnot, like way back in early Cult days. I got a lot of that feeling. And then track 9, that's where they lost me. I don't know what was going on with that one. That one just kind of like, that song didn't go anywhere. It died. There was no uniqueness to that one for me at all. Just kind of, I was like, all right, well, that's one clunker in the bunch. The rest of them I actually really enjoyed. I liked what they did, even though I'm comparing it to all these other bands. It's kind of cool to me when bands go back to their inspiration and their roots and try to like come up with stuff like that and make things work. But then the last song, No One Underground, I don't know, that one didn't, I just thought that one was not good at all. It just didn't do anything for me. That didn't sound like they were trying to go for anything other than just a maybe filler. I don't know. Somebody may disagree with me on that one. Did not enjoy that one at all. So for me, 8 out of the 10 good. So I guess I'd have to rate this an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I like the uniqueness of everything. I always liked Danny's vocals. It wasn't as, some of the stuff they had in there, in between Sing the Sorrow and this one, stuff like Crash Love and Burials, I don't know, left me a little bit underwhelmed. The last couple that they've done, like the self-titled and Bodies, I thought they were going for more, I don't know, like they're trying to like find a direction, and I think they got a little bit more focused on this one, although except for the last 2 songs, and the focus was more on 80s sounding, just 80s sounds, like in general, like synth sounds just sound like 80s sounds. So if that's what they're looking for, they nailed it. The songs themselves are actually catchy and good. I just like the uniqueness of the way they, write some melodies and intertwine the guitar parts. This was just not as rock as I was hoping for, but still a good album. And it's probably one that I'll put on and listen to quite a few more times. I can see myself, having this one grow on me as well. I like when albums do that. When I listen to them, they actually grow on me over time. So I think that's probably what's going to happen with this one. But I guess, like I said, 8 out of 10, and maybe a little bit longer. It was a little bit short for me. I don't like super long albums, but I like them a little bit longer than this. So a couple little tweaks, and I thought this would have been a great album. But anyway, as always, I welcome comments. You may totally disagree with what I'm saying, which is completely fine. But if you agree, that's fine. You want to leave a comment and let me know. Spot on. It's always appreciated too. Or like, share, and subscribe. Keep this music alive, because I really do like what this band does. It's be interesting to hear what they do again. I hope this isn't, the last thing they'll ever do. It sounds like they probably have more life left in them. I just hope we don't have to wait another 4 years for the next one. But it's just the way things go nowadays. There's so much time in between albums anymore. But until then, we will see you.